Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and you know what? Are you tight on a budget? You want to play Modern online? You want to play Merfolk? Maybe you don't want to play Merfolk, but you still want to play Modern? Well, guess what? If you're quarantined, you want to get online and play this $100, well, it's like $110 now, Modern Merfolk deck. It's competitive. It's already gotten a 5-0. We're on our way to our second one. And if you want to learn the insights to Modern through a Merfolk Master, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So we lost the die roll again. This is the third time in a row, but it hasn't deterred us at all. The hand is actually quite good. We go turn 1 Benthic Biomancer, then we can slow the game down with either Harbinger or Trickster, and then hopefully we can turn the quarter with Rajiri. I mean, perfect would be turn 1 Biomancer, turn 2 Trickster, turn 3 Rajiri, then we start tapping and bouncing things with Harbinger of the Tides. Because that's the interaction. We cast Harbinger, it taps things with Rajiri, and then it enters the battlefield and bounces it back to their hand. As we start getting into this game, we're going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com. Between Standard, Commander, Modern, and more, the Manabase is your home base for everything at Magic the Gathering. And the MTG Mastermind, the coaching program and community where you get feedback from people who play at the Players Tour and win Grand Prix. Go learn from them at the MTG Mastermind. So we're up against Simic Urza, which I actually have not played in a very long time. I actually have not played against Simic Urza ever since Oko got banned. But here it is. Alright, Gilded Goose. Are we going to see like Emery? This is a good spot for Emery this turn. No, nothing. I will play Snow-Covered Island, and I will bluff an attack. So it's going to be interesting if they block, because I can adapt it and kill this thing. So I think if they block, they're representing something like Fatal Push in hand. Or do they have Fatal Push? No, they have Galvanic Blast, though. They're not playing with Fatal Push. They're playing with Galvanic Blast. Okay, that's interesting. So they have the Galvanic Blast in hand. Because I really want this... I actually really want to save the Trickster for when they play Urza, and then I can just hit the Construct token. So I'm not gonna adapt Benthic Biomancer here. If anything, I can save it for later. They have a plan, so if I adapt, in response they just kill Benthic Biomancer, and then I tap my mana down, nothing happens for them, and it doesn't cost them anything to just tap this Arcum's Astrolabe. So they're holding on to their I mean, this was on the battlefield, unless they were a dummy and they completely ignored the adapt. I think they've got Galvanic Blast in hand. Deals 2 damage. But with Millcraft, deals 4. Uro! Okay, so... Alright, we're just going to let it resolve. I can't do anything about it. We're not in bad shape against an Uro. If we get Rajiri into Harbinger, we just tap, bounce it back to their hand, so who cares? But I think at this point, I'm not going to save our Trickster. We are going to cast our fishy friend. And then start throwing Mararegeries into this Uro. Into the Galvanic Blast. So if I hard believe this... I mean, maybe they don't have it, but I think they have it. Gotta make them use it at some point. Metallic Rebuke. Okay. Will not pay it. You have 3 cards left in hand, gotta pay attention to those cards. Only 4 cards in the graveyard, though. They need 5 to escape. I mean, getting the 5th card might not particularly be difficult. Look, they already got it. Here's Urza. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, though. No, they actually have 5. They can sacrifice the food. It's a bit late. So I will continue. I will just try to play this Rajiri again. Then follow it up with a Biomancer. Probably tap the Construct, forcing our opponent to add mana with it, and then sort of reveal what they're doing with Urza for the turn. I knew it. They had that. They had that Galvan. I knew it. I knew it, people. Didn't I tell you all I knew it? I knew it. So the problem now, we do have a real problem. Like, I can't Harbinger this Uro very well. Also, I can't attack at all right now because I can just attack with Trickster. They'll block with Urza. So now we are. I mean, we're just pretty dead from this point on. Probably this game would play completely differently if we were on the play. Yeah, that's pretty good synergy. So get the Galvanic Blast. They can Urza it. I guess they can just draw it. It's not a big deal. That makes me wonder. Maybe I should have activated the Benthic Biomancer a long time ago to get the Galvanic Blast out of their hand so that I could play a Mare Regery, because the Regery was worth a lot more, clearly. Okay, so we can Harbinger the Construct. That's not too bad. That is like a good card, but not right now. I sort of want the ability to activate one of these Biomancers, so I don't want to attack with the Mutavault. I would probably just get rid of this Ether Vial. Oh, Nimble Obstructionist, Nimble Obstructionist, Nimble Obstructionist. What to do with you? I think I have to play this Harbinger. Okay, we'll attack with everything. What's very interesting is they are very patient on their Uro. They're very patient. That's even more interesting. Yeah, I'll just pass priority. What are they doing? Like, they can't... If they activate Urza, they need to find an instant speed card, because they can't play, like, non-instants. Cryptic Command. Counter target spell, return target permanent to their hand. Aha! Everything makes sense now. And now they can, like... almost lock us out with Urza. But I do have the Nimble Obstructionist. In that case, okay, let's activate this now. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that. They could have Galvanic Blasted this. That's a good draw. That's a good draw, in my opinion. Create more food. Why not? So they're going to replay the land, put Cryptic back on top of their deck, activate Urza, then I can well, I have my choice, actually. I can deprive it, and then Nimble Obstruct... Like, I can deprive it, return a land to my hand, replay the land, and have the mana for Nimble Obstructionist. Well, I don't need it, right? And they still have a Galvanic Blast in hand, right? Okay, what is up with this line? Okay, you want to use your Cryptic Command right now? Pre-combat? Oh, you want to go... Okay, finally we're going to see Uro enter the battlefield. So now what do we like need right now? I think we need an Island Walk Lord. Our opponent still has enough mana to cast Cryptic Command, frankly. Okay, Engineered Explosives on 1. This is definitely a matchup where Simic would be a lot better than Mono Blue. Of all the things that attack, it's going to be Urza. Not sure what I'm hoping for, because if I draw an Island Walk, like now I need to save the Nimble Obstructionist just for Engineered Explosives. If I had just one Island Walk Lord in play, we could probably win. But we don't. Okay, can't really do much about that. I mean, I can deprive it, but I'd rather not. Alright, so we have to counter this. That's a bad draw. They still have a Cryptic Command in hand, which I have to keep the Deprive for. One of the better cards that we could have drawn was like Merfolk Trickster, just to like hit the Construct token. I have to say, like, if my opponent attacks with Uro, I usually lose. So we are probably not winning from here. Uro is a pretty damn powerful card. I remember all the initial builds for Uro with like it was just all this janky crap about trying to like get a bunch of cards in the graveyard and get the Uro in play. When really it should just be a value card in a value deck. These cards don't do anything. Oh, did I miss activating my Benthic Biomancer last turn? I might have missed that. Just playing a little poor right now because I'm just losing. Because I could be a little bit deeper in my deck right now. Was it Lord of Atlantis? It was not, but that's a damn good card. Pass the turn. Trying to think, is Galvanic Blast better than them playing Fatal Push? I think so. Because my lords can at least get out of range of the Galvanic Blast. And if they're running Galvanic Blast instead of Fatal Push, or at least in the main deck, maybe Master of Waves is worth bringing in. You know? So here's the deal. I can counter this, but is it even worth it? Like, I'm just going to die, right? I might as well just resign this. I don't think there's a chance I can come back. I'm just like, I have to start chump blocking, and then I'm just going to be dead. Yeah, they're at a full 20 life. I'm not going to come back from this. Urza's going to draw 2 cards a turn. And I don't want to show them any more of my deck. Okay, we definitely want Deprive. Very good card in this matchup. Counter Uro, counter Urza, counter anything. Tidebinder Mage. Dude, you have to be great. Tidebinder down that Uro? That's got to be awesome. Relic may or may not be good. Ashuk might be good. Okay, let's say we bring in Ashuk. Because it answers Mystical Sanctuary and Uro. Okay, I don't want Spreading Seas. I still want Dismember for Emery, Urza, and the Gilded Goose. Harbinger is probably too awkward. Tidebinder Mage is better. I can take out one land because this is sort of an attrition-based matchup. So the question is, Master of Waves better than Rajiri in this game? I don't know. I don't know. That's my final verdict. I don't know. Wait a minute. Do you know what? I don't really have any time, but like they are playing engineered explosives in this deck. Like three in the main deck. So diversifying the curve does matter. I don't know. Playing too clunky against in this matchup seems bad too, though. I would like to play first. Yeah, this hand's fine. We can keep this. It's a bit clunky. Like, we need a third land. I prefer to be a little bit more proactive in this matchup, but I'll take it. We at least have a Deprive for any particular useful spell. Also, Deprive might slow us down, but if we can get to our third land, slam Ashok, maybe I'll be fine. Mishra's Bauble. Maybe we'll draw Tidebinder Mage. That would be beautiful. I think they saw the top of our deck. So how much do we risk playing like a Lord here? Next turn, what can they play? Emery? They can't play Urza, so I'd rather just get some beef on the battlefield early and then start holding up Deprive later. I mean, even if they play Engineered Explosives on 2, we could still play a Nimble Obstructionist later. If they play Uro here, I'm not going to do anything about it. They're just going to play Uro. Yep, there's Uro. I mean, like, if I countered it, it doesn't do anything. It would just, like, I guess slowly... They wouldn't get a land in play, but they also sacrifice some mana to play the Gilded Goose. They might be playing a main phase Galvanic Blast, maybe? Nope. Maybe another Gilded Goose? Yeah, another Gilded Goose. That's fine. Come on, land for this Ashok. Just slam the Ashok. I want to slam it. No! Now we have a bunch of 3-drops in our hand. I'm actually going to tick up the Ether Vial later, because I'm probably going to use this Deprive next turn, right? Alright, at least our clock is good. Actually, Nimble Obstructionist can also get just blocked by the Gilded Goose. We'll attempt to counter this. Guess return the island back to my hand. Am I going to take it up? I guess yes. If I draw a 2-drop, I'll just cast it. we'll be just in trouble for the next engineered explosives. If there's going to be one. But even if there is, it won't be the end of the world. I mean, okay, they play EE on 2. The food token is gone. We'll get a Nimble Obstructionist on the battlefield, and we can get another one, so we'll still have like a decent clock going on in the air, and then if we can get Ashok Dream Render on the battlefield, that'll be perfect. They might be in serious trouble here. Yeah, okay. It's over. It's because even if they Galvanic Blast 1, they can Galvanic Blast. They can, like, activate the geese. Or maybe they can't. No, they can activate the geese, make a food token, but now they have to get rid of a food token in order to cast the Galvanic Blast. It's just not possible. So that worked out, like, as I planned. So I'm thinking, like, maybe, like, I just look now. I still have this stupid Relic in my sideboard. Is Relic better than Ashok? Well, okay, the plus side is that I'm not going to get nailed so bad on EE on 1. And they are obviously bringing in all the EEs. So Ashok plays around that. And the deck doesn't really put a lot of pressure. I mean, it's not like the Gilded Goose is going to go in for the attack against Ashok. It's not going to happen. I think I'm just going to run this back. This is good. So I've definitely been in situations where I go like turn 1 Ether Wild, turn 2 Relic, and then I gotta like hold up mana to crack my Relic. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Again, another sort of awkward hand. But like, it's not worth throwing away, because I need double lands to get the Ashok in play. But maybe we can get there thanks to the Silvergill Adept. I just hate, like, seeing EE on 1. Did they mulligan? I think they mulliganed once. Yeah, they mulliganed. Okay, so that's good. Well, if they EE on 1, they're going to hit their Arkham's Astrolabe, so that's not too bad. Oh, I'm starting to feel the lag now. What is going on with Magic the Gathering Online? So here's Emery. Mishra's Bauble, Galvanic Blast. Well, I guess it didn't matter what they revealed. They got the Mishra's Bauble combo going on. But of course, the most deadly thing here would be if they find an Engineered Explosives on 1. That would be the worst. But they're going to draw two. They're drawing 2 cards a turn right now, so I need to draw. Well, I need to peel lands for this Ashok, or I need to find Dismember. Our clock is pretty good though. Like the clock in our hand is going to be really strong. Like once we get both Ether Vials on on 2, then we're just going to like empty our hand. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, there's the Engineered Explosives that we're afraid of. They must have just drawn it. Like they were so excited. All right, now what do we want? Dismember. If we dismember, the game is like equalized. Well, maybe not. Like we still need to draw lands to get out of this, but looks like we're just gonna lose because we can't like cast our cards. This is sort of the board state why I don't want to play This is sort of the board state why I don't want to play Relic. But maybe Relic is better. I don't know. Maybe Relic is better than Ashok here because I could at least play the Relic and crack it. Ashok's unplayable. Well, they're not doing anything, which is sad. We have to discard to hand size. It's going to be deprived because every further turn we take, we need to cast something. Sure, get Galvanic Blast. I'm not particularly frustrated because, like, you know, this is just Magic. Sometimes this happens. And I actually do believe that this is the better matchup to have Deprive over Force Negation because you can counter Urza, you can counter Emery, you can counter Uro when it, like, escapes itself from the graveyard. Hooray! I don't know what we're going to do on the other turns, but at least we can cast something here. Metallic Rebuke, probably. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm relatively confident our opponent like top deck that engineered explosives. Maybe not, and certainly you know the way their board state is with like the Mishra's Bauble and the Emery, they're drawing 2 cards a turn, so it like increases their chances of drawing the engineered explosives. This is an interesting board state. What if this was Relic of Progenitus? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. What's better, Ashiok or Relic of Progenitus? Because the other thing about Relic is I can sandbag it. But the thing is, they got so many fetch lands. If I just play Ashiok, they might not like draw any more lands. Like they play with like Misty Rainforest and stuff like that. It seems good. I still have Galvanic Blast. Well, Ashok's now useless. I needed that 3rd line a long time ago. I'm pretty close to just like resigning because I know I can't come back from this, but I don't. You never know. You never know. I know they have Galvanic Blast in hand, but they're still drawing 2 cards a turn if they want to. Look, they can get the Mystical Dispute back. Yeah, it's fair to say that this game's lost. It's okay. We can pass this one up for another one. It's all good. It's all good. This wasn't our match, and I know it's. Is it really tough? I don't know if it's that tough. I'm not sure if this matchup is really all that tough. I mean, I think Uro is difficult if it gets to attack, but it's a lot of resources in order to do that. Like you saw from game 2, we can just steamroll them with a little bit of interaction. In this game, we did not interact with them at all. I think you do need to interact with them, and if you do, like imagine if we dismembered the Emery on turn 2. Probably none of this board state exists because they're just drawing so many cards with the Emery. They're drawing 2 cards a turn. So I think if it's just a little bit of interaction, this game could go all the way, turn the other way around. This 3rd game, no interaction, and also no land drops for like the first 5 turns. if your opponent's drawing 2 cards a turn and gets to like play stuff for 5 turns, they probably have a pretty good advantage. So anyway, still very confident in the build in this matchup, and just have to play the rest of the league out. So we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank the Manabase.com and the MTG Mastermind for being our sponsors. This has been Nikachu playing Merfolk in Modern.